All right. Thank you for joining us. This is the Dugout Talk with the Downs Bros. Tommy and I are going to do a couple of short little videos here, about 4 minute rows. So tonight is I'm going to ask Coach Tommy some questions. And so I'm going to start it off right here. T, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's roll.
Okay. So let's kind of dig back into part of your recruiting no-nos that you have when you're looking at athletes, when you're going out to watch them play, or what are some of your your don'ts? Don't do it.
You know, for me, it's I'm looking for kids that really want to be at the next level because the fight's so tough, and you're grabbing the top athletes off of everybody's travel ball teams, and they're all going in one team, and it's just everybody's the same. I mean, your ones and twos are so close sometimes with level and talent. It's just it's ridiculous. So I'm looking for the tangibles to know when they're out there at these tournaments, are they there for that? Are they focused? Is everything a distraction to them? Are they there to be recruited? Are they out there, trying to get every opportunity to be seen? Because you and I've talked about this a million times. You go to these big showcase tournaments, you might get lucky to see a coach or two, college coaches that are out there watching you specifically, or the game. So, anything that you're doing that could possibly make that not work out is just, there's opportunities that you might only get one. So when I'm out there and I see people immediately disengaging with their team, when their pregame is just out, they're wandering off. Those are for sure no-nos for me. People that walk off the field, walk on the field, people that are just, their on deck approach is just, they're talking to people, they're smiling, they're looking around, not engaged. those people, those are going to be hard to transfer to the next level. I don't care how talented you are. Eventually, you're going to see good pitching, and guess what? If you're not paying attention, they're going to eat your lunch. It's going to be tough.
You said something about on deck. So obviously, you and I talked about this a million times, but something that you and I are a big believer in, that when you're on deck, you're not there just to get warmed up. You're there to time the pitcher. You're there to look at all their stuff. You're there to look at the field. There's a lot of things you're preparing yourself to go into that box and be successful. And there's a lot of distractions in the dugout, but when you're on deck, you're by yourself, right? That time needs to be used to prepare for that at bat, right? You agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, I've seen kids just when we're watching them just out recruiting, and they're looking at their parents, or they're looking around at the seats, and you're just like, what? Why aren't they timing this pitcher right now? This pitcher's smoking athletes right now. With strike one, strike two, strike three, you're out. Rise balls and all this stuff, and then they get up and they swing at that rise ball, and you're just like, why weren't they preparing themselves? And I know that's a big no for you. Yeah. So
there's a lot of little things that go around the game that coaches are really focusing on. And, we've talked about this before. I don't think parents and athletes realize the focus that coaches are looking at, what they're looking for.
I agree with that.
So, you and I both seen it where we see somebody pop up, to the shallow outfield, and they don't even get to first base. They're done. They're walking away. Who's going to buy that?
Nobody.
Who's going to buy that? Nobody's going to buy that.
I know. I've seen you walk away from a kid you're actually looking for.
Yeah, it's happened. I'm not. They've reached out to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm interested. And as soon as they do that, I'm like, you're not really interested, because it's going to take more than that to play at the next level. I don't care what level it is; it doesn't matter. It's going to take more than that.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about tonight, because I really want these young athletes and parents to really understand that the things that they do on the field is going to affect their future, their recruiting future, right? And
unfortunately, that people don't realize that till it's too late, or till they've missed those opportunities, right?
Yeah. So let me ask you another question. How important is second effort in the field?
I think that separates.
We just talked about one of your athletes right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
that let a ball drop in front of her, right?
Yeah, that separates people from playing more and not, or having more opportunities and not. So it's funny you say that, Tony. I just started a drill, well, not drill, but it's kind of a little game I play now at practice. So I call it the up drill. I mean, anybody can steal this. Go ahead and steal it. You know, just make sure you speak well of me. Um, so when everybody's warming up or they're doing whatever on the field, everybody's in smaller groups. I throw a ball and I say up. Well, guess what? If they don't catch that ball, it costs the team something.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get them to understand that
Second effort.
second effort, we
Whatever it takes.
you cannot afford a ball to drop in front
Yeah.
of you.
It's kind of like the old football drill. Remember?
100%.
Throwing the ball up there and all of a sudden someone's got to grab the ball before it hits the ground, right?
100%.
Oski and the whole
Same concept. It's funny. I didn't realize he just said that my football coach did it to us in high school.
100%.
But they called it sudden change, which is hilarious. So I can put that together. But it's just, again, I'm trying to make them understand that second effort does so much for your team, your opportunities, get out of innings that are against very good teams. I mean, you're playing a top 25 team in the country. You cannot give them a foul ball that hits the ground. If you got to find a way to catch that ball, it has to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
or they're going to capitalize on you.
And I always say that, you know, second effort, they dive. Got to know the situation for sure. I mean, there's situations that call for just kind of like don't by you, but for the most part, you're in a recruiting event, a showcase. I don't care. You got to show that you are going to sell out no matter what, whether it's in the infield or in the outfield. We're not talking about killing yourself and running into a fence.
Yeah.
We're talking about don't let a ball drop in front of you. Don't let a ball go beside you. Like dive, because coaches need to see a second effort.
Well,
right?
How many times have we seen it where they're at a camp and it's nothing but college coaches?
Yeah.
However many there are, they're all at one field and everybody's doing infield, outfield. And you watch a ball go by two infielders and nobody hits the dirt. Do they want it? I mean, it didn't really show, but I can tell you right now, all the coaches are going to watch the one that's diving and trying to knock the ball down. That for sure is going to be interesting. Let me go watch this kid now. Let me go see what she's really like now after this camp. That they just opened the door. They built themselves an opportunity.
Yeah. And that's so true, you know, with you're trying to get recruited, and we say this all the time, but you got to do something to get our attention, right? And we have like 4 minutes left right now. So let's talk about this. So we always bring this up, but it happens all the time. We're watching pregame. We're watching in between innings, right? Second baseman throwing the ball to first base, shortstop, third base, all that stuff. Catcher throws their pop down, or outfielders are just, lollipopping or whatever. How important is it for them to show their arm strength on the field? Because they may not get but maybe 2 balls all game.
Yeah, it's an opportunity, right?
We're not going to sit there
for an opportunity, right? I mean, they have to realize if they know and are aware that there's possible college coaches there, or maybe somebody's watching them. I mean, every throw is going to matter now. Every practice throw is going to matter now. Everything's going to start mattering because now coaches are putting all that together in their head, going, "This is what they show me. This is what they look like on a basis."
Yeah,
that matters.
How many times have we recruited players just during?
Yeah, I mean, how many times?
Catchers even, right?
Yeah.
We talk to them inning prior. We want you to do this XYZ. Boom. You go out there, they do exactly what we said, and you're like, damn, they listen.
I know we're running out of time, but I'm gonna give you a great point that every time I bring a recruit in, I always, especially pitchers, I try to give them a teaching point because I want to know if they're coachable. I want to know if they can handle it. I want to know if I can tell them something and I can see them trying to put it into play. That matters to me because if you're not coachable, you're never going to get better. You're going to be what you are. And to me,
you're definitely a development.
That's huge. Unless you're that 1%, huge.
Well, and let's get it straight here that we all need help, right?
Everybody's got to get better. At
every level, even in the major leagues, they focus. They have somebody that's working on their mental side. They're working on the physical side. They're working on the offensive side, the defensive side. They're working at everything to get better, to master that position or master whatever the heck they're doing. So it's important to be able to listen and then go ahead and adapt that at, whatever that is between innings. And just, I'm telling you that for me to see that after we talk to an athlete, or how many times have we talked to an athlete and then the next day they're like, "Coach, I hit a bomb or I hit a ball off the fence.
I
Or,
got extended and wow, just went
yeah,
out, flew
yeah,
out.
and it
And you're
felt
like,
so good, right? No one's
yeah,
ever told me that before. It's
yeah.
little things like that that get us back excited again, right? So
Makes me want to keep doing it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
no, I absolutely love it. So last question. All right. What's the number? You said the number one thing that you look at is character, right? When the
Sure.
kids walk in, when does that character start for them? When they get out of the car, when they get on the field, when does that character trait start? Because we got 1 minute.
I mean, that character is in everything they do up to coming to the field and then walking onto the field. I
Okay.
mean, it's getting out of the car, it's how they grab their gear, how they treat their parents, how they treat their teammates, how they treat their coaches. Everybody in their circle of life that matters. Because if you're treating anybody bad or poorly, or you just have an attitude, that means you're willing to do that to anybody, including your teammates, including your college coaches. I mean, that's just going to give you an opportunity to be not travel, not play, not be in the program. I mean, that's just nobody wants somebody like that. Nobody
That's
does.
reality. That's
It's
reality.
just the reality of it. And it's sad, but some people need to get over themselves and say, listen, I either got to be better or I just need to keep working and keep my mouth shut and be a good teammate.
Yeah. All right. All right, buddy. I appreciate it. Good job. That's another one down.
I am.
We'll talk soon.